All right, shalom everyone, and peace of the Lord to those who love peace, and no peace for the wicked. The Lord said, uh, "I did not give an advance for the live, so not many people knows that I will be live here, but that's okay. Just want to share with you some update about the news we received. This is footage from Iran. During the night time, there is many news released by the Israeli. And it's obvious that the Iranian army is nothing but a cartoon. Uh, Yesterday, if you remember, I said I don't think the Iranian they will be able to retaliate, and the Israeli Air Force are flying on the top of their head. And we heard then little after that Iran they launched 100 drone toward Israel. It turned to be all those drones are coming from Iraq, not from Iran. And not a single one of them was able to arrive to Israel. This is how cartoonic is the Iranian regime. We will hear a little bit of the news and we will continue our comment about what's happening.
By Israel directly against Iran, one that is still ongoing and will last as long as it takes, say Israeli officials. There you see just some of the sites that have been hit, including Iran's biggest nuclear facility at Natanz and the capital, Tehran. At least 78 killed in attacks that began in the middle of the night and also took out two top commanders of the Revolutionary Guards. Catherine Viet has more.
And here you notice how much the Israeli are able to penetrate the regime of Iran to the point they knew where the guy bedroom is. If you look at those buildings, you will see they did not destroy the whole building in order to guarantee that this leader is dead. They have a very precise hit to kill the person, and they were able to kill. This is telling you how much weak the Iranian regime, to the point their leaders, the Israeli, they knew where they live, which room they will be sitting, where they sleep. And they hit that target only. They don't want to kill civilian as the Iranian trying to claim. This leader, he live in this apartment. This apartment only is targeted. Very precise, very successful, and very high intelligence. You see, if you compare between the Israeli and the Russian war against Ukraine, you will see the Putin, the filthy Putin, he wanna attack the very smart, intelligent, high, planned Ukrainian attack on his bombers. How he retaliate? He sent swarm of Iranian drones to hit civilian buildings, who there is nobody there except civilians, women, children. Here you notice that the Israeli are doing their best to hit only the specific target, which is the leaders. Now, for sure, you attack an apartment, but doesn't mean the apartment next to it will not be damaged or somebody get hurt. But they are being very careful in how they hunt their prey. Other thing I learned, that the Israeli, you remember yesterday I was saying, it's going to be very exhausting for the Israeli to send their airplane going backward, forward to Israel. It's a far distance. It turned to be that the Israeli have a base inside Iran. I mean, can you believe it? How bad this regime is, to the point the Israeli have inside Iran their own bases. It's hard. It's like a James Bond movie, So again, the Israelis surprising their enemy, the same they did to Hezbollah. They have many bases inside Iran, and those bases are Israeli bases. How in the world the Iranian did not see them? How somebody can have such a base, and he is the enemy in your land, and nobody notice it? you know. So most of the attack happened by drones, happened by bases of Israel, by the Mossad, inside Israel. So the Mossad, they have a massive team inside Iran, one team to find the location of every leader. Imagine there is secret meeting. You see those leaders who they are become shish kebab, those they were having secret meeting. And the secret meeting, nobody knows about it except the Israeli. And they were like couple of floors under the ground. So the commanders and chief of, like many of them, not all of them, because some they are like not invited for the meeting. They were in their apartment sleeping. But there was a secretive meeting for those guys. They are secretly meetings under the ground, very deep under the ground, and supposedly this is a very, very secret meeting. And guess what? The Israeli, they knew about it, and they made them all shish kebab. So it was a very precise, smart, intelligent superpower. You see, there's countries who they are superpower like Russia, but they aren't smart. They are donkeys. You know, Russians just attack. You know, just go like the Arab. Those are different. And imagine from 200 jets, not even one of them have a scratch, which means the air defense of Iran is dust. Iran is totally now open to Israel. They can go, they can land in the ground, they can even arrest people. Who's going to stop them? All the guards of Iran, those revolutionary guard, the one they have a show of weapon and etc., nowhere to be found. In fact, all their bases now are empty. They send everybody home to hide between civilians. All the bases of the Iranian army is totally empty, evacuated. This is how much cartonic this massive army is. So they show you like how powerful our army is. You know, all the images in the internet, massive missiles, you know. And there's one thing I want to mention actually before I forgot. I was questioning why the date was now. It turned to be there's many things. The religious people of Israel, they wanted to cancel the homosexual parade in Israel. So they chosen this day for that will eliminate that occasion. Bingo. It was chosen precisely to be in this day so the homosexual will not be able to go in their parade. In the same time, it is perfect time for them. The plan is ready, and the shish kebab is going to be cooked very well. More information I receive that the Israeli, not only they were attacking the nuclear facility from outside, I receive news that the Israeli have the same what they did with Hezbollah. You know, pager, if you remember, they planted inside the enrichment facility something similar to the pager. So the explosion happened from inside, even before outside. To be sure that damage is made very well. Look at this image. This is the Iranian regime TV station. Like they want to show you that we have a massive army. All this army doesn't count. You see the old days of number, a massive army, 2 million soldiers. Those days are gone. It doesn't make any difference how big your army is. They can be wiped out by a little girl. She is 19 years old, flying an airplane, and they have massive nuke. Very amazing surgery the Israeli did. This is the Iranian TV, as usual. Doesn't work. It keeps stopping. You know, like their mullah, he cannot even make. You know, the mullah, he promised the Iranian, they will retaliate. But this is the same they did last time.
Either Iran, with the excuse of having or doesn't have, this aggression will happen sooner or later because they cannot survive with a good manner, noble country with such a good behaving with all the neighbors.
This one is talking, his name is Ali Hamia. He is from Lebanon. He is a Hezbollah and he's a potato. He himself is hiding like a rat. You see, they keep giving you speeches. Ya Hussein, Ya Ali, victory, Ali, And when the war come, so all those years, Iran is causing a chaos in the country, in the land. Why? Because nobody stood for them and put them in their place.
Around.
Yes, and with that, Mr. Hamid, let's go ahead and come to our studio here in Tehran with our Press TV colleague, Mariam Azarshad. Mariam, so over the course of today, over this rolling coverage, we've been hearing a lot of condemnations, whether pro-Iran or pro-Israeli entity. We do have Iraq has actually lodged a formal complaint with the United Nations Security Council accusing Israel of violation of the Iraqi airspace during the attack on Iran, according to Baghdad's foreign ministry. And they're saying that these actions are a flagrant violation of Iraq's sovereignty and urge the Security Council to assume its responsibilities to prevent any future breaches. I mean, while you do have some nations around the world saying that we need to see some diplomatic solution and we should.
Look at the hypocrisy of this Iranian TV. They are trying to say why you are asking for a diplomatic, solution, as if they can do anything, like as if they can really attack and do anything. Why you don't do it? It's already more than 12 hours are gone. And the Iraqi militant is the one who sent the drones. Not a single one of them arrive. Those people are living a fantasy. Always those dictator regime, they put for you an image of the supreme leader. Everybody praise him. He's amazing. Even if the people are hungry. Iran, there's made a documentary about how the theft of kidneys and body parts happen in Iran. How poor people are forced to sell their body parts and then they put it in a container and they sell it to Europe, to hospitals in Europe. This country is doomed. They have no water. Their farming is devastating. There's no rain. There's no snow. There's no crops. There's no food. There's no salary. There's no money. And they have sanctions on them. And still they want to do jihad. Because this is the only way for them to survive and to contain the crowd so they will not revolt. See, we are at war. Takbir. When we are at war, there's something more important from your food. There is something more important than your water in your faucet. This is what the regimes of those countries, like in Syria, the Assad regime, the people, they were suffering for 50 years. No electricity, no water. But this country is not poor. Iran is not poor. They are not. So why the Iranians are struggling? Because their money is sucked by the Iranian regime and distribute the money abroad to establish Hezbollah. Can you imagine how much money it cost to pay for every single member of Hezbollah a salary? The Iranian regime, they don't pay salary for a normal citizen. But if you are a member of Hezbollah, you get salary not less than $2,000 a month. Plus health insurance. Plus you can take a loan without interest. The Iranian regime, they spend at least $20 billion in Syria. But yet, their citizen, when they open the faucet, there is no water inside their home. Electricity, most of the day is gone. All what they have gathering people by millions and shouting takbir, the jihad, and the garbage we hear right now, ranting like dogs. In the same time, the Israeli, they are very vigilant. The economy is flourishing. Their companies are growing, even though they have war for almost 2 years. Their citizen is not starving. There's water in every faucet. There's electricity never stop. People, they have jobs. In fact, the economy increased, not decreased. Even though they have war with multiple animals who they call themselves mujahideen. Iran, Yemen, Lebanon, Syria, you name it. We cannot compare between the garbage they have, you know. This is the way I see them, you know. It's like a bunch of dogs have rabies, you know. While the Israeli, they are planting, imagine they were able to plant explosive inside their nuclear facility. I mean, how far the Israeli can go. If you remember before, we showed you this news before, the Iranian regime, they established a counter, like a spying for the Israeli, the Mossad, you know. So they established an agency to fight the Mossad spies inside Iran. Ahmadinejad, who was the previous president of Iran, he came with surprise. Iran, when they established this agency to fight the spies of the Mossad, they hire the head of the agency and turn to be he is a Mossad agent. Can you believe it? How in the world, how that can be possible that the Iranian regime, they establish an agency to fight spying from the Mossad, and then the head of the agency is a Mossad. And for sure, this is not a fake news. This is Ahmadinejad saying that. The head of the Iranian unit countering Mossad was Israeli agent, says ex-President Ahmadinejad. I mean, this is, if you see it in a movie of James Bond, you might say, yeah, come on, you know, that's too much. This is a big fat lie. This is gonna be true. But this is the president of Iran saying that this is what happened. The head of the agency, which supposedly to fight spying of the Mossad, this guy and his team, not only him, the assistant of him, he start hiring Mossad agents. They call him, we want to establish agency to counter the Mossad. The guy, he established agency for them, no problem, you know, sure. So he start hiring Mossad agent to counter the Mossad. And then those Mossad agent, this agency, they start arresting Iranian official and investigate them, accusing them of spying to Israel. But during the investigation, they receive from them all the information they want and they send it to Israel. So imagine how the shish kebab is working. So now they became the top authority. They can question anybody. Nobody is high, officer or high rank, anyone, they can call him to their office or even arrest him to investigate if he is working for the enemy. So now the Israeli, they have the authority of Iran in their hand. They can arrest any official and investigate him and ask him the questions. So all the questions is made by Netanyahu and the Shin Bet and the Mossad in Israel. Ask him this question. Okay, where you hide? Okay, what you were doing yesterday? You were at a meeting. What happened in this meeting? Tell us all the details. You were discussing where you want to hide the missiles. Anyone was there beside you? Give us the names of those people. Give us their names and their addresses. So it's just so stupid and so dummy. And they keep talking about we will retaliate when they cannot even control their own street.
Personally, Netanyahu might be hit by such counter-attack from Iran, because eye for an eye and tooth for a tooth, and what happened that the Israelis
Hold on, Abdul. This is from the book of the Jews, not from your book, Potato. I mean, can you even fix your stupid internet?
there also Natanz as nuclear facilities or nuclear facility, and also some refinery, oil refinery in Abadan. Also, they attacked.
Shut up, Potato. Here they are talking about the child abuse by the mullahs of Pakistan. They are raping children by tens of thousands.
After them. For them, the madrasa is a great support. We provide food, accommodation, clothing, and education. There are also parents who send their children here when they're not doing well at school
Right,
or
right.
causing problems.
The students' daily routine is punctuated by lessons, meals, and prayers, from the first at dawn to the last late at night. There are around 100 boarders. They are cut off from their families, whom they see only once every fortnight, and only have access to their telephones on Thursday evenings. Liqaul Mohsin denies having been confronted with any case of assault on minors on his establishment.
True, true.
However, he has put in place certain rules which he justifies in his own way.
Yeah, so this is a documentary about the sexual assault happening inside mosque in Pakistan to tens of thousands of children who their parents are poor. They send them to those schools, and those schools are sponsored by terrorism and terrorists to teach Islam and to teach those kids to be mujahideen. But during the process, they sleep with them, they rape them, they abuse them, and then that will make you a perfect mujahid for the future, because now your bum is already screwed. Yeah, this is the documentary. It's about sexual abuse done by the mullahs of Pakistan. You know, for sure they will deny that, but for sure, you see, when the smell became so strong, to the point it reached all the way to Europe, that means the smell is so strong and the food is rotten to the point it went all the way there. Otherwise, God knows for how long this is happening. Anyway, this is not our topic for today. Let us see more update. Trump says he was fully read in ahead of the time of Israel plan. We know that. This is not a big deal. Let us see here. U.S. shift military resource in Middle East in response to Israel strike and possible Iran attack. I don't think Iran attack can be really taken any serious. For sure, I mean, for the official, they have to take all possibility. But as you see, it's obvious that the Iranian army is not even exist. You know, it's there is nowhere to be found. They knew very well that they are really devastated, and the Israeli simply they screw them up. Netanyahu says he gave order to attack out Iran nuclear program November 24. So this was, But at that time, I believe that was Biden. He refused. The same as Trump, actually. You know, if you remember, after Trump he became a president, Netanyahu went to the White House, and obviously Trump he refused the request of Netanyahu to attack Israel, to attack Iran. Trump he gave Iran 60 days to come to an agreement. Yesterday was day number 61. So what Netanyahu he was able to make, or Trump to give a promise. Okay, for how long you think you can, wait for them to agree, and how long we should wait, because every day count is a problem for us. So obviously, the 60 days agreement, it is done by Iran, by Trump, and by the Israeli Prime Minister. Give me 60 days. If the 60 days pass and nothing happened, then you are free to go. And yesterday was day number 61. Today is day number 62. All right? This is here, footage shows large blast at Iranian military site in Tabriz. Where is the footage? All right. Shish kebab. Look at the fire and the smoke everywhere. I think this is the base for long-range missiles between the mountains. They thought it is like secure there. Yeah. Let us see what else. Okay, we got it. So here, this is a Twitter. Very, very highly planned, very smart. And, I cannot say that the Israeli, they learned from the Ukrainian by planting their drones inside Iran, because obviously this plan was happening or planned to long time ago. I mean, imagine how you can establish a base inside Iran. How they can do that? It's seriously, it's like, fiction, James Bond movie. Anything else? IDF says it's partly destroyed Natanz nuclear facility. Iran says no jump in radiation. Well, I hope they will finish it, not only partly, Partly is not what should happen. It should be totally demolished. You see, I will not be surprised if the Israeli send their commandos in the ground in order to finish the job. Why not? If they have full control of the sky, they can send 100 commandos, maybe 50, with explosive, to go inside the facility. If, like, let's say the buildings is so deep in the ground and the damage is happening only in the top. So the Israeli, they can control the sky. No forces can get closer. Any forces will get closer, will be demolished. During that time, the Israeli commanders, they can plant their own explosive inside and finish the job. So I will not be surprised really if the Israeli do such a thing, if they found that their destruction is not enough to the nuclear facility of Iran. Let us see the enemy, what the enemy is saying. The enemy, their TV froze, as usual, like their mullahs.
God willing. With this crime, the Zionist regime has undoubtedly received that.
This is the supreme leader who was making a threat to Israel.
This vicious act, which is against every international law, once again indicates
They are talking about
the
law now.
vicious, bloodthirsty nature of the Zionist regime, which its nature is based on.
I mean, even your Allah internet is not on your side. I mean, this is a government. Even the government, their internet doesn't work. Look like they are using the internet of the neighbors.
Last night, aggression against Iran showed to the entire nation that the righteousness of the Islamic Republic of Iran for years.
Sure.
Aggression and crime are synonymous with the nature of the Israeli regime. Of course, the Iranian nation and officials will not be silent.
Sure.
And their legitimate response and a strong response will regret the enemy of their act. As the leader, the founder of the Islamic Republic said, every martyr will be followed by a successor and another
Martyr.
person. The Islamic Republic of Iran.
Every murder, we will have successor for him. Don't worry, okay? Abdul, what this conversation would do? Where is your massive attack? You said you are going to wipe the floor with Israel. Where are you? The whole world is laughing at your massive army. This massive army can be scary for Saudi Arabia. Yeah, the Iranian, if they attack Saudi Arabia, they will make them shish kebab in a few hours. Emirat, Bahrain, Qatar, yes. But with Israel, you are a rat. You are literally a rat. Rambling, blum, 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 blum. Israeli, they are criminals. We are righteous. We have murder, and we will teach you how to behave. And nothing.
Best to provide service for the Iranian nation, and no disruption will be created in the daily lives of the country.
Really?
The people. The nation needs unity.
Abdul, thanks to Israel, they did not attack your electricity grid. So if they still have electricity, because Israeli, they choose not to hit it. It's not because you are strong. It was because of the mercy of the Jews. They said, okay, you know what? Let us not to attack the water supply and the electric supply and the oil supply. This is not because you are strong. The one who can go after the most guarded location, your nuclear, and this is the capital. Can't they destroy your electric grid and finish it in 2 seconds? In fact, the Israeli, if they want to create a chaos, a revolt against the regime, they should attack. If I'm in charge, I would do that. Because then the Iranian, they hate this regime. And when people, they have no water, no electricity, I know it's painful, but painful is going to create revolution. So the Israelis should attack the electric grid, which is going to stop the water grid, because there is pumps and etc. Everything these days is controlled by electricity. All machines is electric. And here we go. Major General Hussein Salami, what's wrong? You Muslims, you always want to be shaheed, a martyr. Okay. I mean, the Israeli, they give you what you wish. Isn't it? This is what you do in every speech. We wish to be martyr. We wish to die for the sake of Allah. And then when they die for the sake of Allah, they accuse you of murder. Haram. We are victims. You know, what is the international community? Those people, they plant bombs everywhere. This filthy regime is the one who killed 200 Jews in Argentina, if you remember. They put a bomb inside the synagogue and they killed 200. And this is why now, actually, I want to warn the Israeli. Those are cowards. So they will not be able to respond to you in a military way, but they will look for a weak spot, a Jewish synagogue somewhere. I am warning Israel. Those are very well known to be coward. They cannot fight you, but still they can harm you. So now around the world, those filthy terrorists, they will look for a soft spot where as Jews they meet. And they will plan a bomb and kill as many Jews as they could. It happened many times. They are filthy, they are coward, they have no dignity. What happened? Their TV stopped again, as usual. We have to refresh the page every...
A deafening explosion shook everything around me. The blast wave was so powerful it lifted me off the ground and slammed me into the ceiling. Glass shattered everywhere, windows bursting apart.
This is Abdul explaining what happened to him when the Israeli attack. But here you notice that the Israelis are not attacking civilians. This is what the Iranian trying to say. Because if they want, they can destroy the whole building. They attack a specific apartment where one of those terrorists live. Otherwise, the one who wanted to kill the civilians, he will bomb the whole city. He will destroy the whole building, not a specific apartment. Like if you see in the picture behind him here, there's one apartment is severely damaged, and then the one is close to it is the one hurt again, because simply they are so close. But the rest of the building is very safe. We know that the Israeli, they can't take the whole building. Why they want to take one apartment? Because simply they are not doing attack on civilians. They are attacking the terrorist, specific persons who they are leaders in the so-called Revolutionary Guards, who guard nothing except their balls.
That an incident had happened in Saadabad area. I called my friends, told them that I was in Saadabad, but I hadn't seen anything. They sent me a photo of the struck building, which was the building where Dr. Taranchi lived.
I went up to the roof at 3:30, after I heard a terrible sound as if a very large bomb had exploded. Then it was on the news, and later we saw Iranian fighter jets patrolling the sky, and then we came to the street and saw the ambulances coming.
And imagine they are using AI to translate. This is the voice of a machine. The translator here, they wrote an article, and they click Google read, you know. They wrote it in Iranian, translate to English, and then they click at the speaker to read. I mean, look how weak they are. I mean, even their media is a shish kebab. Let us go to, yeah, here, they still have a documentary about sexual abuse to children in Pakistan. Pakistan is a very wonderful country. I encourage every one of you to go to Pakistan. Yeah, rub yourself. Pakistan. What does this have to do with the sexual abuse for children? Where this woman is going? To visit her sons.
That day, she has an appointment with a civil society activist in the village of Bakshanwala. This woman has gathered dozens of mothers and their children to attend Sidra's presentation. Everything is done by word of mouth with utmost discretion.
You've all heard about many cases of child rape recently. Where are most of these incidents reported? I think it's in the madrasas. You send your children there to get a religious education, to learn the Quran. But it's your responsibility to know what's happening to them there. You have to ask them if anyone is abusing them or touching them in an inappropriate way. It could be a teacher or a classmate. The law on this is very strict. If something happens, you have to make a complaint. Everyone will support you. I will support you. So, children, these are your private parts. You mustn't let anyone touch them. If anyone touches you, who do you tell? Your mother and your father. If that happens, will you say so?
Poor kids.
What did I explain to you? What's a bad touch? What's a good touch? Where else is a bad touch? Okay, are there any other places? Okay, here, yes. If someone touches you here, what is that? Okay, what is a good touch? Okay, good. What are the other touches? Bad touch, yes. Here, most
Well, that's
cases of
good.
abuse go unreported.
That's good. They are teaching the kids like how to recognize what somebody is doing to them, because you know those are naive. They don't know what's happening. So it's good actually to have a program to teach kids. If something happened like this to you, you tell your dad, you tell your mom, all right? And actually, I think this should be a program in every school in the world, because always there's a pervert somewhere, like not necessarily in school. You know, your son or your daughter playing in the street, you know, a predator, a filthy scumbag, he might approach them and he give them a candy, you know? So they are kids. So you need to teach them, don't wait until things happen. So now this program here launched because tens of thousands of little children are molested or raped in Pakistan, and because the one who is doing it is religious leaders, nobody dare to open his mouth. Because it's like, you know, this Mimi Hijab, this pervert, he go and he lure women to sleep with him, and he convinced them that this is marriage. And when the women, if one of them should open her mouth, all the Muslims will side with the pervert, Mimi Hijab, because he is doing service to Allah. So what if he F women or two or three? So what? They agree anyway to be effed, and they are not kids. Same the scenario. Here they are kids. Even though Muslims suppose they should be like very angry, but as long this is a mullah, who is going to accuse a mullah that he is not a good person? The whole society will go against you. Like this is when they pray.
While an investigation is carried out, the matter seems to have been ignored, as if nothing had ever happened.
They touch them when they are praying, they molest them, and then they F them. Let me see if I can go back in the video a little bit to see the last part we missed here.
Because he has hurt us, but we're relying on justice. The chain of madrasas to which they belong is very close to the highest Islamic clergy, and they also have a strong local influence. If we had hired a local lawyer, they might have put pressure on him and tried to weaken our case. So we called in a lawyer from outside the town.
The accused remains in prison for the duration of the investigation. Wahid's relatives leave the court slightly reassured.
Yeah.
In the district of Kasur, a bereaved father could not get justice for his son. Salim's son died on 21st of June 2023. Samar was 8 years old. He was thrown off the roof of his madrasa after being raped.
See? They rape his son.
This is my son, Samar Salim. When I saw him in hospital, blood was pouring from his mouth and ears. He was in no condition to speak or open his eyes. I can't bear to look at this photo. All I can think about is killing that cleric or killing myself. This is the monster.
Is that, they look like Sheikh Uthman.
A stain on the name of Islamic scholars.
Muhammad Salim is living a walking nightmare. The death of his son was followed by divorce and separation from his 2 other children, whom he sent to live with his sister. He denounces the corruption of the police, who, he says, botched the investigation. He also questions the doctors, whom he suspects of falsifying the autopsy report.
You can imagine how corrupt this filthy country is. And then they come to the West, those Pakistani, and they want to bring Islam to you, when their own land is devastated by the faith of Muhammad and his religion and what the Arab brought to them. The police is corrupt, the doctors are corrupt, the teachers are corrupt, the sheikh are corrupt, the leader are corrupt, the prime minister is corrupt. I mean, every single one of them is a scam. And they claim that Islam is a solution. Look at them. Wherever Islam goes, disaster and termite come with it. Islam is a termite. They plant the seed of termite wherever they go. You know, when Winston Churchill, he says, rabies for dogs is the same as Islam for a human. He said a very smart statement. I can't even put it better than this. And this poor man, he sent his son to learn Quran. They rape him, and in order not to talk, they throw him from the top of the roof, thinking that, okay, he fell from the roof, he died, you know. And then when the family asked for to check his body, what happened to him, the doctors, they falsify document because they are under the threat of the Islamists. If you make such a statement, we will kill you. Or maybe they pay him. It's possible. Whatever way it works. We go back to the news and see if there's any new update. Any new update here? All right. So Iranian, they hire a new guard chief. He says, gates of hell will open on Israel. This guy is confused between his anus and gate of hell. Like what you will do. This reminds me of the story of when the Caliphate Uthman was killed. One of the Muslims, he says, if I know who is the one who killed Uthman, I'm going to do boom boom to him. I'm not going to use the bad language. I swear by Allah, if I know who did this to Uthman and killed Uthman, I will do boom boom to him. A homosexual Muslim, he was listening. He said, oh, really? So he said, I am the one who killed Uthman. So the guy, he made him bend over and he started doing boom boom to him. And then the Muslim guy who is a gay, underneath of the other guy, he said, if I know that killing Uthman will bring this to me, I would love to kill Uthman every day. And I am assuming that the chief, the general chief, the new one, he is a gay, and he is saying to Israel, I would love to kill Uthman every day. And he will bend over soon. We saw you, potato. We saw you. We saw you. Aren't you sick of your stupid speeches, cartonic army? Pink Panther army? Cartoon. We will make you pay, I swear by Allah. When? We will make you pay. Like when? You know, it doesn't matter when, you know, like, yeah, you know, we will. All right. Says he calls with 9 counterparts to update them on Israel Iran attack. All right. Foreign minister, blah blah blah. All right, okay. Let us go back and see if the French news agency they have something new for us. Potato.
The goals of Israel. The goals of Netanyahu is the continuation of the war. First, to save his neck, continue as a prime minister, and secondly, maybe in service of some Israeli ministers, if possible, to recolonize parts of the Gaza Strip and to continue colonizing the West Bank.
Let us say, for the sake of argument, this is true. How those stupid Muslims, they try to make it look bad. Let us say I'm Netanyahu, and I'm trying to stay in office as much as I can. But isn't it this is all what politicians do? Which politician he would like to leave the office? I mean, are you stupid or what? Secondly, Potato, did Netanyahu call you and tell you, say death to Israel, we will kill you all? Did he pay you to say that so he can use it as an excuse? I mean, do you see how stupid when they bash Israel? All those European TV stations, they bring people who hate Israel to bash Israel. For me, I see what you said, perfect. So you are saying to me that Netanyahu is smart and you are a donkey. And we arm the smart with the excuse to be powerful. So we say death to Israel, but we will never kill one. We shout every day we will demolish Israel, but we never do anything. So is it true that you took steps to demolish Israel or not? It is true. It's not a propaganda of Netanyahu, you coward. Who is the one who is shooting missiles from Yemen? This is Iran. Those are the dogs of Iran in Yemen. Who is the one who launched an attack from Lebanon? Hezbollah. Who is the one who did suicide bombing to the American embassy in Beirut? Hezbollah. Who is the one who killed 200 Marines guarding the embassy in one day? Hezbollah. Who is the one who planting camps of training for terrorism in Africa, even in Venezuela, in South America? Hezbollah. Who is Hezbollah? It's Iran. This is the truth.
Devoted to the defense of the state of Israel, participating in defending the state of Israel throughout this war when the ballistic missiles from Iran were shot at us. The British, the French, of course, Americans, even our countries were defending the state of Israel. When they hear these statements made by Israeli cabinet ministers with the tacit or sometimes explicit support to the prime minister, then they say, okay, give us a break, enough is enough.
Enough is enough. Can Donald Trump deliver peace in Gaza and maybe a political horizon for the Palestinians, or...
Shut up, you bunch of idiot liberals. You cannot deliver peace to those who love to kill you. Because simply peace is something two sides agree upon. So if somebody come in to attack me, and I say, please listen, I don't want to fight with you, but he is insisting of killing me. How in the world you speak about peace, you donkey? Those people, they teach in their school death to America, death to Israel. They want to kill every single Jew. Those stupid European TV stations are pervert. They are far from reality. They blame the Israeli for everything. When we know, like the Israeli, they withdrew from Gaza 22 years ago. And they told them, listen, have your government. Even Netanyahu, the stupid Netanyahu, he allowed the supply of all the money to come to Gaza through Israel. Millions of dollars every month come from Qatar, and the Israeli army themselves, they deliver it to Gaza to pay for the salary of Hamas. They allow them to have their own government, even they have army. They never intervened for 22 years. Did that stop them from planning to kill every single Jew? No. The stupid Israeli, once upon the time, they agree with the stupid American to sign agreement with Yasser Arafat. By doing that, they give a legitimate reason for so-called Palestine to be exist. But we know that there's no country ever exists is called Palestine. But the one who gave that name, the state of Palestine, is the stupid Israeli when they signed the peace agreement. The Israeli, they are desperate for peace, but they are donkeys at the same time, because no peace with the wicked. They are wicked. So they sign agreement for peace as like, okay, let's take this for now. We make the international community recognize us, even Yasser Arafat, who kidnapped tens of airplanes, is a terrorist. So now his name become President Yasser Arafat. This is how stupid the Israeli at that time when they agree to sign this agreement. So the terrorist Yasser Arafat became Mr. President Yasser Arafat, and all European countries invite him for meeting. That is a big mistake the Israeli did, because they thought they can have peace with those wicked. And then what happened? Are we going to have peace? No. They want to do jihad. And they want to take more land. So you keep giving them more land until one day you have no land to give. You will be out. Any peace agreement have to be done by two people who believe in peace. Not by one who believe in peace and the other one want to kill. The Quran, actually, somebody, he made a comment in the previous video. I'm sure you saw it. I did pin the comment. He said, CP, Trump, his job as a president to negotiate for peace. We should not like brace for war. This is how ignorant those people are. This is not a conflict of politics. This is the religious motivated war. Have nothing to do where the Jews are. Even if the Jews are living in Australia, the Muslims are obligated to go after them in Australia. When the Jews were not in Israel, were they safe? No. Muhammad, he killed them in Mecca. He killed them in Medina. He chased them everywhere. And Muhammad made a statement, time will come and you will fight the Jews and you will kill them. And if a Jew he hide behind a rock or a tree, the rock and the tree will say, there's a Jew behind me, come and kill him. Ignorant, didn't know what they are talking about. This is have nothing to do with any conflict. This is a command of so-called God to kill the Jews. Let me find you. This website is not really easy to find the command of Muhammad. This is the highest Islamic scholar of Saudi Arabia, quoting the hadith of the filthy Muhammad. In case you do not know what hadith mean a speech. A question: should the Muslims fight and kill the Jews in any time? At what time? At any time, the translation is not correct. Another question from a person is named Muhammad Taha from Syria. He is asking question: if this hadith is a true, is it goes for our time, like we should kill the Jews now, or this is only in the time of Muhammad? So what is your opinion? Scholars, can you tell us your opinion? Is it in the era we live in, or it's only in the time of Muhammad? All right. The answer is yes. It is forever. And this is the answer from the mullah, saying the following: the hadith is authentic. It was narrated by Al-Bukhari and Muslim in two Sahih and other its wording. The Muslim will fight the Jews and will be victorious. Enter the trees and stone will say, O Muslims, O servant of Allah, this is a Jew, come and kill him. What is his crime? He is a Jew. And the mullahs, the highest mullah of Saudi Arabia, continue explaining, saying, the point is, it's proving that the messenger of the filthy Allah, may Allah shit on him and grant him shit, said that the Muslim fight the Jews. And here, by the way, the word fight translation for the word kill the Jews, not fight the Jews. And they are victorious over them, to the point that the rock and the trees say to the Muslims, O servant of Allah, come here, there is a Jew, come and kill him. And this is, as you see, a very authentic, filthy words of Muhammad. So Israel not exist as a country. That will not change the fact that the Muslims, they have a command to kill the Jews. So those donkeys, when they speak about peace, they don't understand that there's no peace. The only way to do this, if you make those people stop believing in the filthy Muhammad. And as you see, that this will keep going until the day of judgment. Muhammad, he said that. The hour will not begin. When they say the hour, what does that mean? The judgment day. Until a man passes by another man, grieve and witness that he was in the place he deceased. What does that mean? We continue here. The last hour, Muhammad said, would not come unless the Muslims fight to kill the Jews. And the Muslim would kill them. Would do what? Does it say Israel? Does it say Israel? No. The Jews. It doesn't matter where the Jews are. The Jews in America, the Jews in Australia, the Jews in the moon. The Muslims have a duty to kill them all. So the Muslim would kill them, which means kill them all, until the Jews would hide themselves behind a stone or a tree. And then even the stones and the tree, they would become doing jihad with the Muslims. So they will tell the Muslims, hey, there is a Jew here behind me, come and kill him. And the stone and the tree would say, Muslims, O servant of Allah, here there is a poor Jew behind me, slaughter him. There's a Jewish woman behind me, rape her and kill her. There's a Jewish child behind me, cut his throat. And Muhammad claimed that this tree is going to assist the Jews. There is only one tree will be in the side of the Jews, a tree. In fact, Hamas, they claim that the reason that their missiles or rocket could not hit Israel correctly, because the Jews, they planted a lot of those trees around their cities. Can you believe it? Let me find you the news. Imagine how stupid they are. Look at this stupid newspaper claiming that Israel is planting this tree so they can protect their cities from the rocket of the Jews, of the Muslims.
Beware, Israel is plotting to plant the entire West Bank with tamarisk trees so that the Jews can hide behind them on the day of judgment so that we cannot see them and kill them.
You know, when I say stupidity is amazing, it is amazing. But I hope you understand that this is not a conflict about land. Only stupid people think that this is because Israel are stealing the land of so-called Palestinians. First of all, those are not Palestinians. Those are Arab. Ask any one of them, are you Arab? He will say yes. How you can be Arab and Palestinian? Do you know what Palestinian mean, you donkey? The Muslims in Syria are not Syrian. Those are Arab. The Muslims in Iraq are not Iraqi. Those are Arab. They occupy the land. They colonize the land. They are the thieves. The Muslims in Egypt are not Egyptian. Egypt is Africa. African are not Arab. They occupy all the land, all the Morocco, Tunisia, the Amazigh, all the tribes. They force them to speak Arabic. They force them to convert to Islam. Egypt is the land of the Coptic. Iraq is the land of the Assyrian and the Chaldean. None of those lands, even Turkey, does not exist. And then they say the Israeli are the one colonizing land, when the fact is, all of Islamic countries are a colony. Hey Jews, guys, I'm going to plant this tree around my house. So if the Muslims attack me with rockets, I will hide behind it, because obviously a rocket cannot hurt this tree. It's a bulletproof, rocket proof, even nuclear proof. Prophet Muhammad says so. It's proven to be scientifically true, you know? Yeah. I mean, who knows better than Prophet of Allah, police be upon him, you know, from Pakistan. All right. Ah, this is new. IAEA, this is supposedly the nuclear whatever organization, says radiation outside Natanz site targeted by Israeli remained unchanged. So what does that mean? There's no radiation or there's radiation? Radiation outside the site following Israel remained unchanged. What does that mean? The type of radiation coordinated when present inside the facility, mainly alpha practical, can be managed without a protective measure, international. So there is radiation, but nothing dangerous until now. We will see. All right. Let us see if there is any. Let us go to the Mullah TV station. Error again. The TV of error. Like the Quran verses cannot be found. The goat ate them. 404. What's wrong with this TV station? What the heck? Okay, I have to say inshallah. Hold on. I forgot to say the powerful word. Inshallah, this TV station will work. Listen. It will work now, guarantee. Huh? Now it's going to work. The Muslim, they will say, Takbir. He said, inshallah. Look, it's going to... Man, this I thought it's going to work. And the Muslim will cut the recording and say, Christian Prince, he said, inshallah, the TV work. Even with inshallah did not work. You know, in the Middle East, Middle Eastern, you know, they have one word. They put it over everything. Inshallah. Like when you want to pay me my money back, inshallah tomorrow. Tomorrow never come. President, when we would have electricity, inshallah next year. They come a year after, they say to him, you promised us last year to will have electricity. I told you inshallah next year. Did next year come? But you said that next year. Last year, yes. But I repeat, inshallah next year. You know? Inshallah. There's a guy, he took a picture of himself when he was like a kid, like 10 years old. And there's a hole in the front of his house. And then I took a picture when he is 36, 35 years old. And the hole is still there. Why? They call the city, people falling down, cars are broken, tires are stuck. When you are going to fix that hole? The city answer, inshallah tomorrow. And this is inshallah. Inshallah tomorrow we will destroy Israel. Inshallah. Let us see now it's going to work. Let us hope. Come on, work. Come on. That is an insult to Allah. Shame on you, circle of death. Allah is coming. Allah is coming. By the way, Allah is coming with O, not you. All right? I know you have a dirty mind. Allah cannot come. Remember the Quran, the Muslim claim that Allah is not a male. So he cannot come. All right? Yet he claim in the Quran how he can have a son if he don't have a girlfriend. So he don't have penis, he cannot come, and yet he is making excuse how he can have a son if he don't have a girlfriend. He should say, how I can have a son if I don't have a penis or a peanut. All right, look, Allah TV will not work. Let's go to other TV. Who is this guy?
Was one of the most hated military figures in recent history in Iran. He was responsible for shooting down the Ukrainian airlines on October 2019, who killed 176 men, women, and children. Another point, for example, is that all of them were deeply corrupted. For example, Shamkhani, another IRGC commander, is known to be at the head of a multi-$100 million empire. People knew that, people hated it.
So what?
There are lots of tweets about their penthouses that have been targeted, IRGC commanders.
Listen. So what if the leaders of Iran, each one of them is a trillionaire? Like what? You don't want them to be rich? Isn't it enough they are sacrificing themselves and eating the same chicken and beef and shrimp and lobster every day? Can you imagine how painful that is? So what? The people are poor and dead and angry and homeless, but the leaders, the supreme leaders who love Allah, they own billions of dollars in their bank account. In Switzerland, they love the kuffar banks. They don't trust their banks. Yeah, smash Allah.
Absolutely, and as your other great guests have been mentioning, Iranian government officials, I think, live in this disillusioned bubble. Quite frankly, Iran is at its weakest right now. They have nothing to fight back with, to an extent that they weren't even able to intercept the attacks at some of the most sensitive places, including nuclear sites. Just minutes before I come on air, the Fardo site, again, one of the most important nuclear sites, has been hit. It has been confirmed. Reports of explosions are now, as we speak, being heard both on the east and west of Iran. I was just, again, minutes ago, speaking to a journalist, a colleague in Iran, and he was telling me, Tara, there cannot be any more chaotic moment in Iran's recent history. There are talks of retaliation, but quite frankly, in his words, being on the ground in one of the most prominent newsrooms in Iran, he said they are scrambling psychologically, they are weak capability-wise, militarily, they are at their weakest. They're still scrambling to know what they are dealing with, let alone retaliate. Now, again, earlier today, we saw some drones going toward Israel, again, intercepted over Jordan. So this boastful rhetorics of retaliation, quite frankly, I'm not sure if they are as strong as the Iranian leaders are making them sound.
Because you and I have spoken recently, and you talked about, certainly with the decapitation, effectively, of Hezbollah in...
See, those regime, their existence is focused in the media. So they convince the audience that they are powerful, the enemy fear them, and they are building an empire of forceful, powerful army. But the second you put that into test, you will see that this army is a far-trained army. I spoke to an Iranian person, ex-Muslim, all right? His family right now, they are in Iran. They live in the front of, the Revolutionary Guard base. He said the base is empty. Nobody is inside. It's totally abandoned. Not a single person is inside. And they have a sign, it says, don't enter. But there's no guard in the front. Imagine even the gate is empty. So the whole army, the most powerful army so claimed, like Revolutionary Guard, are nowhere to be found. This is why I'm saying the Israeli, if I'm in charge, I will do something unique. Will cause the Iranian to revolt and take over all those offices, because now is the time. You can change the Iranian regime and make victory forever. And then the Iranian, they can be friends with Israel. You see, the people of Iran, they have nothing to do with Islam. If you go and watch videos about Iran, you will see the girls, they don't wear hijab. They hate hijab. You will see people even slamming, kicking the ass of mullahs in the street. They hate them. Tens of thousands of mosques are shut down. Nobody go there. Iran can be a very different country if we can get rid of this regime. And now Israel, they have a golden opportunity. I hope that they are communicating with the local Iranian and give them support to revolt and take over the country. And that will be the big victory for everybody, not only for Israel, for the Iranian first. Because then the Iranian, they will be rich again. They will have food on the table. They will not spending all their money in making cartonic missiles, which cannot shoot anybody. All those billions, imagine how much money they spend for this. But as you see, there's no use for it. It's a failure. The Israelis are flying over Iran, and nobody can stop them. This guy, he said that his family told him that they hear the drones of Israeli buzzing over the capital. And nobody's shooting at them, not even with the Kalashnikov. You know? Where is the where is this massive army, the hundreds of thousands of soldiers? They pay them salary. For what? To hide when the attack happened? So simply what those regimes they do, they hire people who support them, give them salary, and those who don't support them, they take the money from them to give it to those who support them. The same as the Democrat in America. You create a charity organization. Biden, he give you $2 billion. They take the $2 billion as supposedly so-called charity, and then they sponsor the Democrat. Like now, when they are doing, attack on the police and the ICE, all of this is sponsored by money coming from USA government. From the time of Biden era. Those organizations who they are supposedly charity, they are non-profit organization, they receive billions and billions of dollars, so they can mobilize the money legally against America, against Republican. Look how evil they are. The Revolutionary Guard, they do the same. They say, okay, you support us, we will give you a job. Join the Revolutionary Guard. So if one day the civilians, they go against us, you kill them. During that time, you get salary, health insurance, apartment, everything for free for you. So they mobilize the money which the government collecting from the oil or even tax, give it to their own supporters, and then the one who don't support them, they stay poor, hungry, they have no jobs. Very evil plan. So I hope the Israeli, they have additional plan to what they are doing now, is to make this regime collapse. In fact, if I am in charge, I will hit the electric grid, because nation without electricity, they will revolt. You want them to revolt, you have to do something, even though you don't mean to hurt the Iranian, but you have to do something to make everybody go in the street. Hit the electrical grid. Let the country go sleep. Then people, they cannot continue this way. Because no water will come home, no electricity, no air condition, no heating, no cooking, no hospital. Things is going to be out of control. Israeli should hit the electric grid. If you are an Israeli and you are listening to me, give my advice to your officers. And I know many Israeli here, they listen.
Across several countries in the region is closed. Across Israel, across Jordan as well, and some land border crossings. And we're told that will be the case for at least, until at least someday, some people saying 3 to 4 days. And Israeli officials I've spoken to, both from the army and from the intelligence, say they expect this to keep going for several days. So we're not sure how long it could take. They're not giving operational details, of course, saying that they want to keep an element of surprise. But this is going to be big. I don't think it's just, this is not over. Israel is launching fresh waves of attacks right now as we speak, in fact.
And one comparison I've seen, I know you've been looking at this, is, and we're going to talk as well with Noga about who some of those assassinated figures are, but in terms of the sites, there's been comparisons with, a couple of weeks ago, with Operation Spider's Web in Ukraine, with Mossad smuggling drones into the country.
Yeah, this is a fascinating aspect of what's been going on.
James Bond movie.
This attack was clearly planned so far in advance, perhaps years in the making, because what you had is perhaps similar to the Operation Spider's Web in Ukraine, but this time the Israeli secret services, with operatives on the ground, it seems, in Iran, Mossad operatives, smuggling drones and other precision equipment, we're told by intelligence officials, into Iran, into strategic sites near Tehran, and setting up a kind of base there from which drones could be launched to attack ballistic missile launchers, taking out some of Iran's air defense, at the same time that you had these hundreds of planes and fighter jets over the skies, launching these waves of attacks. They were taking out the Iran's air defense, and so basically giving the Israeli Air Force the supremacy in the air, and also limiting the capacity of Iran to strike back, which is perhaps one of the reasons we saw when they did react. It was with UAVs, it wasn't with ballistic missiles. I mean, that could still come. We do not have a picture at this stage as to just how damaged the air defense of Iran is, its ballistic missile launchers are. We don't know. They could still strike back.
Hold on.
The damage was...
What do you mean damage? No. You see, the Iranian defense system work by air pumping. And the air pump is broken since the attack. And the order to have to make a balloon of air defense, they have to pump it with air. They are waiting for the supreme leader to fart, because his fart is so powerful. What air defense? I mean, they took over your country, and nowhere the air defense to be found. Where is the air defense? Defense what? What air defense? Tomorrow, I swear by Allah, we will use our air defense. Brother, by tomorrow they will be gone. Exactly, brother. We are going to make our defense activated tomorrow after they are gone. What air defense? Air defense? That's a joke.
Every one of these specific Iranian military figures was spending the night, but also the fact that they were meeting together in very specific meeting rooms, salons. And so the Israeli army, for example, claims that it didn't just kill off the entire hierarchy of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Forces Air Force, a major part of Iran's military operation, but that it killed off the entire hierarchy, that 20 other people were in the rooms with the 3 top commanders who were killed. This seems to be a sort of...
Guys, imagine, this is supposedly a very secretive meeting. 20 highest commanders of the country meeting in a secret meeting in a secret place. Who knows about this meeting? Nobody. It's a secretive meeting, except the Mossad. I told you 1 billion times, there's 2 you don't mess with, women and the Mossad. You don't listen to me. Potato. And look, they show you those trucks, and they have rockets in it. And look how big the truck, you know. Yeah, we have a... Look at the rocket, how long it is. It looked like my water heater in my garage. Is that empty or full of fart? Where is your missiles? Brother Thither, we are going to have secret meeting. I hope the Mossad are not listening to us. However, we have a very extra Quthin. We are putting many metal around the world so they cannot spy at us by the hyper electronic technique tools. So we are safe. Brother, sister, sorry to say to you that our secret meeting obviously is not secretive. And the Mossad, they were able to penetrate through the ass of every leader of Iran. I mean, how those people, how those Israeli, they knew that at this moment, at this time, at this location, 10 floors under the ground, there's a meeting of the highest leaders of Iran when it is the top secret meeting, urgent meeting. That is an urgent screwed leadership. It's very secretive. Nobody knows about it except TikTok, Christian Prince, YouTube, and Allah. For sure, the Mossad.
I'm right in saying we're very much against any strike this size before.
Absolutely right. And you just brought up 2 or 3 actually crucial points. 2 major things have changed for Israel. One is Hezbollah no longer exists as the threat it has been for years over Israel's northern border.
Oh, hold on.
The really also...
Hezbollah, where are you, Badri? Where is the... You see, Iran, they spend all their money for a day like this. So if Israel attack them, Hezbollah will launch rocket, Yemen will launch rocket, Syria will launch rocket. The Israeli, they clean the carpet around them. Hezbollah, nowhere to be found. Meow. Meow, Nasrallah. Meow. Like even say, even ow, there's no ow, 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 ow. Even that one, they don't dare. No meow, no ow, no bow, just dead. Nowhere we can find Hezbollah. Even they don't go in TV to make a threat. They don't dare. How many times I said to the Israeli, those people understand one language. Politics, negotiation is just a stupid thing. Spank the hell of them. And then they will behave. You treat them nice, they will think they are superior. You know, many of you says why you are so aggressive when you speak to Muslims. The Muslim been taught that the Christians are nice because they are weak. This is even a verse in the Quran saying that Allah, He put immunity on us. So the Muslim, instead of saying, okay, Christians are nice because Jesus told them to be nice and peaceful, they say, oh, this is the curse of Allah. So they do more to you. This is why you have to be specifically with those group of people, not what they think you are. Otherwise, they will think that their God is doing that to you. You are kind not because you are kind, but because Allah forced you to be kind. You are like a potato. You are a coward. The Quran says, and Muhammad says, that the Jews, they find from behind their walls. But then we go check, we find that the Muslim, they hide in the sewage. And the Jews in the top of their sewage. Who is the one is hiding behind the wall? Thank you, Noga. Thank you for your comment, even though I don't like you.
Posey, thank you. Let's move from Jerusalem. Let's go to Tel Aviv. Let's bring in Jeremy Issacharow, the former Israeli ambassador to Germany from 2017 to 2021. Great to have you on the program this evening, Jeremy. First of all, as a career diplomat, you've tried to avoid deep party politics, but given the moment of the hour, do you think Benjamin Netanyahu has made the right decision today?
Well, I think it's very obviously the events of today are just.
I mean, those questions are so stupid. Hey, listen, do you think that... I don't know who put those people on TV. I think they don't have anything to say. Do you think that Netanyahu, he made the right decision? Are you stupid? I mean, don't you see how successful it is? This is the Jews. The Jews, they have a phobia because of this filthy regime. They build shelter everywhere because of this filthy regime, preparing for such a day. Do you think? Yes, absolutely. You know, this is the most successful operation. This is what they should have done long time ago. Is that a question? It's like asking your wife after she gave birth, do you think my sex with you 9 months ago was successful to make a baby? She already gave a birth, unless it was the neighbor. Oh, husband, I'm not sure if you were successful, but our neighbor, I was doing breastfeeding for him, for adult, as Prophet Muhammad said, and during the breastfeeding, he put something there. What kind of a question this question is? I want to know who hired you in the TV. Mean. Sure, I like Netanyahu now. I was upset from him for doing the opposite all those years. You see, I like strong leaders. I don't like cats. Even though we can say lion is a cat, but I like lions. In fact, they call this operation from the book of Numbers, chapter 23, verse number 24. that the people will rise like a lion. You know that, right? The Israeli, they are demolished. They've been killed. They've been enslaved, been tortured by nations. And God promised them that you will rise like a lion. The whole nations, they drank your blood. They prey on you. And time will come and you will rise again like a lion. All right? Let us see what they are saying here. This guy is still alive. I don't know why. I mean, why did they not hunt him?
The last few years. Now, this strike may indeed actually make the possibility of Iran reaching some kind of a deal or even wanting to have a deal. It may remove that. I think it's just important to just briefly point out, I think one of the big risks here when it comes to analysing the potential responses that Iran can undertake here, one of the biggest risks here is how this plays out over the long term. And one of the possibilities here is Iran perhaps, and this would be opening Pandora's box, pulling out of the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty that dates back to 1968. That deal formed the basis of the
Here you see the delusion, the media they play. It's based on fear. What if Iran did this? What if Iran did that? The treaty you are talking about, you idiot, they never agree with it. They sign a treaty, but they do the opposite. I mean, do those people are stupid? They will withdraw from a treaty? Which treaty those people they sign and they respect? Treaty. I think you need some treatment. You know, I will send you to Abdul Hospital and they will check what is the problem with you, and they will make you drink camel urine and you will become healthy again and your brain will function better. Treaty, huh? You are worried about the Iranian, they withdraw from a treaty as if they have any treaty with anybody. They broke every treaty.
It has launched from Yemen, and we know obviously that the Iranians have a proxy there in the Houthis in Yemen. And earlier when I was speaking to intelligence sources, they were saying that they expected some response to come from the Houthis because, well, obviously Hezbollah has come out and said that they're not willing to respond. It's unclear what Shiite militias in Iraq could do. So the Houthis there, it seems, responding, and that's what's prompting their silence.
Okay, that makes sense.
Look at this stupidity here. I know that they, trying to fill the time. Because if Iran could not do anything, what the Shia militant in Iraq can do? I mean, just shut up. Iran itself can do nothing. Those are their puppy, small, tiny forces here and there. Whatever the weapon have is what the Iranian gave them. If Iran itself cannot do anything, why you are worried about what the Shia militant can do? Just unbelievable. Guys, listening to those TV stations will give you a heart attack. But listening to me will make you die laughing. Either way, you will die. Choose one. Dying from heart attack listening to stupidity of those programs, or dying listening to me from laughing. Which one is good? I chose dying from laughing, at least I will die happy. Okay, now they will sue me. He killed my son. All right, he killed my husband. My husband was listening to him and he died. And they will go to Joe Biden, and Joe Biden, he says, who is this guy? Christian Prince. Oh, what you said about Kamala Harris? No, we are talking about Christian Prince. Okay, well, Putin, sir, we are talking about Christian Prince. Christian Prince, the guy, he killed the guy because he made him laugh. President, are you with us? I am for sure not with you because we are speaking over the phone. You are there. President, this is not what I meant. Are you listening to us? I'm listening to you. But are you talking? Potato.
It's the Trump administration, the hawks on one side, the isolationists on the other.
There's a real kind of sense here of...
Hey, hold on. I'm not going to listen to you wearing pink t-shirt. I will skip you. Pink t-shirt? I mean, how you imagine how you match those colors together? Who's your wife? Unbelievable. What happened to the men these days? Who is your fashion designer? Don't tell me he's an Arab. Unbelievable. Yeah, we have to wait until he's gone, you know, sorry. I cannot handle this. It's too much for me. Let us skip to the Aryan TV. Maybe their TV will function finally. Let us see, give it a try. Oh. The TV is gone. Potato. Nothing functioning in this country. Do you think the Israeli, they make a shish kebab too? Why not? You never know, you know? It is possible. Let us see if he's gone. Let us see the news here until this guy with the pink t-shirt is totally gone. All right. Ballistic missiles from Yemen. Here we go. The Iranian cannot fart. The Yemeni. I mean, those people, they keep sending their missiles, but they never hit anything. Israeli, assalamu alaikum. We are going to hit you with the ballistic missiles. It's true, it's going to fall down in empty ground, but it's true too, we do our duty. Takbir. And listen. Out of 1,000 ballistic missiles, how many of them hit something? You know, this reminds me of the guy who wanted to hunt the lion. And this guy, he is weird. So he asked the people where I can find the big lion. They said to him, you will find him in the jungle under a massive tree sleeping there. So he took with him a gun, have one bullet. He went to the lion and he said to him, oh sorry, the lion was asleep. So he aimed and he shot at the lion. He missed. The lion is kind of weirdo too. He said, listen to me. Either I eat you or I do bomb to you. Abdul, he said, okay, do bomb to me. So the lion did to him one bomb because he did shoot one bullet. This guy, Abdul, he came second day. This time he have two bullets. He shot at the lion under the tree. He was sleeping there. He missed again. The lion woke up. You again. Either I eat you or I do boom to you twice. Okay, do twice. The Abdul, he came, the story keep going to make it short, and then he came with the Kalashnikov. Have 30 bullets. All the 30 bullets, they miss. The lion woke up. He said to the Abdul, are you here coming to kill me or to be boomed? And those are the Houthi, you know. Are you really shooting the lion to kill the lion or because you want to be boomed? Potato. Obviously, they want to be boomed. And then the Israeli, they attack them back. They destroy everything they have. Tomorrow we are going to come again. And the Israeli says, okay, do you want us to eat you or to boom you? What a bunch of savage, stupid people. We attack you with the missiles, okay? It's true it's going to hit nothing. But who care? We are seeking the boom. All right. Iranian media says that 18 people dead in the northeast of Iran. 18 individual. 18 individual, not a group? Man, that's deep. All right. Let us refresh the page again, see if there's any news. Nothing new. All right, let's see the France, if the pink guy is gone. Thank God the guy with the pink is gone. No, he's here still. I was focusing on Trump. Just give me a break, man. Let us go to the Iranian TV. Maybe it's going to work. There's no way until now he is here. Maybe I need to refresh the page. There's no way the guy with the pink is still there. Here we go. See? It was a scientific error. At least this guy is not wearing a...
calculated attacks that you said that was carried out against Israel. And it's not just Amir Ali Hajizadeh, it's his deputies as well. The IRGC commander for the drone system, drone division, and IRGC commander for the air defense division were also killed by Israel. So the chain of commands in the IRGC aerospace division is non-existent. In order to plan a retaliation against Israel, Iran needs its air defense system. Now, Iran lost a couple of key commanders here. The key was that some of them...
Hold on, what key commander? They lost the whole lock. Not only the key. Potato. Abdul. This is Abdul speaking from Tehran. They did not lose the key commander. They lost the whole lock. The door is gone. What key? What door? What lock? What...
Unlike the commander-in-chief of the IRGC, Hossein Salami, who was known to the Iranian public for his bullish rhetoric against the Israelis and the United States, Salami was a man of words and Major General Bagheri was a man of actions. And regarding the rhetoric that we are hearing from the state TV, it was very interesting. They, at the first hours of the Israeli attack, when the death of Salami and Bagheri was confirmed, and a couple of nuclear scientists, they put a black ticker on the side of the screen, an indicator of mourning and grief in the Iranian culture and in the Shia Sharia. But after hours, the black ticker was removed and it was replaced with an Iranian flag which is waving. That indicates that this has now become a patriotic issue for the state TV. They're trying to spread this as a patriotic issue that Israel did not just target the Islamic Republic, it targeted people, it killed kids, it targeted Orkide residents in Satarkhan, which is an entirely civilian residence, and it killed non-military commanders and, civilians alongside military commanders as well. So this is what the Iranian state TV and the Islamic Republic is trying to tell people, to bring them together, to unite them, at a time when Ershad also correctly said there are bipolar opinions. There's a division of opinions amongst the people. Some still oppose the system and are saddened by the events that happened today. And the others are cheering and dancing in the street.
Brief point, Saeed. When you heard, as you said a moment ago, alerts, alarms going off, sirens going off, what's the order? What are you to do? Is it to stay at home? Are there shelters to go to?
No, there aren't any shelters, Gavin. I just need to stay here.
Let's talk to you. Stay with us. Saeed Azimi, our correspondent in Tehran. Andrew, just listening to that.
Saeed Hazimi from Iran, and he have a yellow teddy bear in the shelf. I mean, grow up, man. You are 30 years old and you have teddy bear in the shelf. Potato, listen. They have no even shelter. People don't have shelter to go. So they want a war with everybody, with Saudi Arabia, with Emirat, with Bahrain, with the Israeli, with the American, and they don't have shelter. Why? They are busy building shelter for Hamas and shelter for Hezbollah. And then the Israeli, they hunt those dogs, even though they are under the ground in their shelter. 14th floor under the ground. Nasrallah, listen, Habibi. This is Jack Shalom from the IDF speaking to you. Shut up, Nasrallah. We know that you are in the 14th floor under the ground. and we are going to send you a rocket. You close the door, you don't close the door, you cannot survive it. Don't shout Hassan Nasrallah. It isn't going to help you. Just say Re Shahada and you are dead in 2 seconds. Count with me. 1, 2, boom. Nasrallah, are you there? Habibi Nasrallah. This is Jack Shagom speaking to you from Tel Aviv. Nasrallah reader is not answering, brothers. Let me call Netanyahu. Netanyahu, I think Nasrallah, he lost his phone. Yes, he's not answering. No. He is not answering because we killed him. So are you sure that the bomb did not hit his phone because you have a pager explosion inside the phone? Potato. They have no shelter.
Their doorstep. They don't want world energy markets to be destabilized. They don't want the possibility of Iranian military retaliation on U.S. bases that are in their country, as was just mentioned there. Iraq, Jordan, Qatar, Gulf monarchies all host U.S. bases. One other thing to point out, a strategic concern for the Gulf states too, is that the Gulf states don't want to see an unrestrained Israel, acting as it pleases to push its and to press its own geopolitical advantage across the region. Because make no mistake, that's one of the aims of this operation for Israel, is to show that it can advance its own geopolitical interests across the region. Trump himself acknowledged the growing importance and clout of the Gulf states by choosing them for his first international visit as president when he came back in office back in May. So what's going on here, I think, is since Trump came back to the White House, these Gulf states have been actively lobbying Donald Trump. They've been lobbying Donald Trump intensely to prioritize diplomatic options over military ones when it comes to Iran, or at least to use his leverage.
In fact, what he is saying is absolutely false. The Arab countries, they were asking Trump to do military action, not the opposite. You see, what people they say in TV, like the Crown Prince now, he condemned the Israeli attack against Iran. But under the curtain, the Saudi are so happy for what happened. So those TV stations, they are a bunch of stupid because they knew that a victory against Iran, a military action, is a victory for them, not diplomatic, because diplomatic will make them flourish again. Obama, he signed an agreement with Iran. He put billions of dollars, $100 billion in one airplane, and he sent it to Iran. The Iranian used the money and he left the sanctions on them. So they flourish with the oil and the money coming from the oil and the money they receive. Every single Arab country in the neighborhood is so happy that Iran today is hit because they consider Iran the biggest threat to them. They don't care for Israel. They hate Israel too. Don't take me wrong. They are not supporting Israel. But they understand that the Iranian regime trying to replace the Persian Empire by Islamic Shia Empire. So before they control, like just a few months ago, they were in control of Syria and Lebanon. And until now, they are in control of Iraq. So the map of the Shia Empire was growing. They cannot use the word Persian because that will not get them the support they will get from the Muslims. So what they do, they use Islam and they use Israel as a reasoning for the Muslim to support them. Like, come on, we hate the enemy of Allah, the Jews. Join us, support us. This is the Iranian map. Iran, they expand their power by the help of the American, by the way. The stupid George Bush, when he took Saddam Hussein, he established a vacuum in the country. They did it very wrong. And then the Shia, they took over Iraq. So now all of Iraq is controlled by Shia. period. And then those Shia, they took advantage of the civil war happening in Syria, and they sent their forces all the way to Syria. And then they became total control of the border of Lebanon, and then they flood Hezbollah with a lot of weapons. So now the borders is open from Iran, through Iraq, through Syria, through Lebanon. So Iran was here, Iran become here. So all this territory, I wish I have a tool to draw on the screen to show you what I'm talking about more clear, but I think you can see my mouse, right? So all of this become the empire of Iran. Same time, Iran control a very sensitive area where a lot of oil, or most of the oil going to Europe or India or China, is coming from here. And this is why Israel did not attack any refinery of Iran, because that will give them excuse to make a blockade over oil coming from this area. If the Iranian now try to do that, all the international community who's going to be harmed by this, they will be against Iran. But if Israel attack the refinery, then the Iranian says, why you go after us? They are the one who don't want you to have oil. They attack refinery. So the Israeli, they are being smart. They are not attacking refinery, at least for now. Unless things getting really bad, then they will not hesitate to hit the faucet of money for Iran. I am sure that all those countries, starting from Emirat, which is Iran, they occupy Abu Musa Island from them, you know. We show it to you. Abu Musa, here we go. This is an island used to be owned by Emirat and now is controlled, and after the invasion of the Iranian, they took it. So Emirat is in a huge at risk. They are a small, tiny country. Even they keep buying airplanes from USA and technology, but that will not help. I mean, still they are so tiny to face, especially Iran is so close. It's like, you know, a throw of a rock between them. The distance between here and there is just nothing, you know. Maybe some of you can open his Google and measure the distance between. Let me ask Lily J, you know, Lily J. What the distance between the Emirat UAE borders and the Iranian borders?
The borders of the UAE and Iran are separated by the Strait of Hormuz. At its narrowest point, the Strait of Hormuz is approximately 21 nautical miles, about 39 kilometers or 24 miles wide.
Nothing. 24 miles, 39 kilometers. This is the distance between here and there, this area here. However, we just showed you Abu Musa, how close it is, which now the Iranian, they use it as landing for drones and airplanes and warehouses of weapons. So Emirat is at big risk because of Iran. So they are now celebrating, they are having great time, even though they have fear now that Iran might seek revenge. They could not attack Israel, but they might attack the one who's happy for it. But I don't think so, because already the country is suffering a form of collapse. So having one more enemy is not going to be smart. They better not to go that far. Otherwise, it's going to be more devastating for them. Because then the Emirati, they can open their land to the Israeli to use their airport to attack Iran, and they can join the fight, even though they are a small, tiny army, but they have, you know, good amount of fighter jets. Let us ask the stupid AI. How many fighter jets and what kind are they Emirat UAE own?
The United Arab Emirates Air Force, UAEAF, operates a diverse fleet of fighter jets. Here's a breakdown based on the latest available information. Current fleet, F-16EF Black 60 Desert Falcon. The UAE operates a fleet of 78 F-16s, specifically the advanced Black 60 variant, 54 single-seat F-16Es, and 24 two-seat F-16Fs. This variant was developed specifically for the UAE and is considered highly capable. Dassault Mirage 2009.
Yeah. So they bought a Mirage and they bought many advanced airplanes. But however, still their army is a shish kebab. You know, we cannot consider this army as something really effective. Yeah, look like the Iranian TV is gone. You know, nothing is working. That's it. Potatoes. Shish kebab. Let us see the news in Israel. Any update? Look at this. The Houthi the Houthi, they send a revenge missile to kill the Jews. But their missiles, brother, is going to fall down, is impacting a Palestinian town. Takbir! We killed a lot of Hamas. Allahu Akbar. Palestinian media report an appearance missile impact in the West Bank town of Sira near Hebron after the IDF warned of ballistic missiles that was fired from Yemen. Stupidity is amazing. Potato. You know, they are very good in aiming. I mean, they aim best. Forget about the rest. This Houthi, I think, when he aim, he turned his back. You know, hey brother, where we shoot? Just shoot in that direction, brother. Okay, what direction? That direction, Allah will guide the missile. Who? Allah. Allah will guide the missile. Just shoot it. You shoot it. You shoot it. It's like the Indonesian. They were praying to the Kaaba, but their direction was to Somalia for 1,000 years. 1,000 years, the Indonesian Muslim, they bow down to Somalia, thinking that this is the direction of the Kaaba. Potato. So, did you hit the target, brother? Oh, this is the house of Yasser Arafat. Praise be to Allah. Was Yasser there or his goat? Girlfriend? Mean, that's so deep. They were able to hit the Palestinian, so-called Palestinian town. It must be a victory from Allah. That's so good. All right, what else? Even there's no immediate report of injury. I don't know, shish kebab, hummus, you know, the army of Allah. They are very good army. I'm proud to say I'm an Arab and I am a member of the army of Allah. Our missile hit everything except the enemy. Even our missile, they fell in the top of our head. Do you know, like Hamas, most of the rocket they shoot, they fail on the top of them. I mean, those rockets are made with special technology. They come back to us, so we can lose them. we cannot lose our missiles. We shoot it, it come back to us. That's so good, so powerful. Let us see if France. Look at this stupid women. They kidnapped me. The Israeli army kidnapped me.
Correspondents joining us to give their unique insights and analysis. Here in the studio, we have three-time Pulitzer Prize nominated independent international correspondent Borzou Dargahi. Great to see you, Borzou. We're going to talk a lot about somewhere you used to live and report on a lot in Iran in a moment. We're just watching those images of the Freedom Flotilla and Greta Thunberg. I'm interested in your thoughts that they say they were there to promote the case of Gaza. The counter-argument to that is they promoted the case of the flotilla and that made the headlines in the week. What's your view?
Well, I mean, I think that it's a kind of civil disobedience, what these guys did, and there's a long tradition of that in Western culture and you know, Eastern culture as well. So I think it was a legitimate act of protest against what everyone in the world sees as a grave injustice against a civilian population. And by the way, I don't think that they're unlinked. I don't think that what is
and by the
happening in
way,
Gaza and what happened.
just to show you that you are a bastard person, how come those people they don't do protest against injustice for the Alawi in Syria, for the Muslims in Syria, for the Christians in Syria, in Nigeria, in Iran, in around the world? How come you only see injustice only when it's come to Israel? Just scumbag. We know that who is behind all of this. If you and the kind of you care for injustice, well, the most injustice countries in the world are the Muslims countries. Like those people, they support homosexual. What they do to homosexual in Iran? They throw them from the roof. Why they don't go in the street against Iran or phobia? What about Emirat? What about Saudi Arabia? What about Syria? What about Iraq? What about Turkey? They have only eyes, I call it anus eye, only to look at Israel. Israel is the most democratic country you can imagine. Can you have one Jew in the Supreme Court of Turkey? In the Supreme Court of Saudi Arabia? By the way, they don't have Supreme Court. In Israel, there's Arab Muslims in the parliament. There's Arab who they are a member in the Supreme Court of Israel. There's judges, there's police, there's army. Can you allow the Jew to serve in any Islamic army? Or this is a pure Islamic army where non-Muslims are not allowed to participate because they are not considered a citizen? Filthy hypocrite liberals. In Gaza, we can show you tons of videos how Hamas are torturing the people of Gaza. Nobody go against Hamas in the street. How come when Hamas attack Israel and rape and kill and torture and kidnap, not a single one of those scumbags went in the street to speak of injustice? Okay, you want to find the Israeli, why you are kidnapping girls? Even the stupid festival done by those LGBTQ next to Gaza, they kidnap them, they rape them, they kill them. It's called Peace Festival. Those stupid people, they think that they can have peace with the Arab neighbor, Muslim neighbor. So they have festival next to Gaza. They are against the Israeli army. They hate the Israeli army. What the Hamas and the Arab did to them, the Arab Muslims? Killed them, kidnapped them, raped them. Stupid people. Very hypocrite. Shish kebab. And we are here to get you busted, Abdul. Let's see if there's any news. I mean, what this empty shelf now to do? Like, you know, people, they are buying food because of war. Don't worry, there's nothing will happen. IDF conducting a war in Iran, not an operation. Senior military official. Wonderful. I like that. We don't want an operation. Until the operation, there's nobody is sick no more. You don't finish the operation before you finish the surgery. Right? We have to finish the surgery. You don't open the wound and leave it there, and then the buzz will come out. Clean it. Right? We have to clean what we started, and as long as your operation is so successful, you better continue and finish the job. You know what? If Netanyahu he finished the operation before the job is done, I'm going to fire him. Do you know I have a connection, right? Many of you might wondering what I'm talking about. First, I'm an Arab, and we Arab, we have connection. Hello, Trump? Listen, the airplane we gave you, if you don't force Netanyahu to stop, I'm going to get it back. Yes, Okay. Thank you very much. Remember, I will take the airplane back. Yeah. Which airplane? The one I gave you yesterday. You received nothing. What are you talking about? Trump, what you are saying? The Israelis stole it? Oh no. Netanyahu have it? What he's doing with it? What? Celebrating victory over Iran in the airplane we gave you? No way. How he was able to get it? What? If Netanyahu was able to go 14th floor under the ground and hit all the Iranian leaders, do you think they cannot get the airplane, you stupid? This is the Mossad. They can get anything they want. Potato. Don't call me again. Your airplane is gone. Call Netanyahu, not me. Potato. So IDF conducting war in Iran, not an operation. I hate the word operation. You know, this remind me of Putin. He put in jail anyone he say war on Ukraine. You should say operation, operation. Spasiva, operation. Abdul, what's wrong operation? I mean, it's going for 3 years, and you call it operation, and you can't even stop it. Ah, it's an operation. Ah, okay. All right. We are in historic event, absolutely. This is an operation. This is, he just said it's not an operation, and then he says, this is, yeah, I thought he's saying it's operation. This is not an operation. This is a planned war. 1,500 kilometers, that's far. Man, that is taller than me. By the way, I'm very tall. Unbelievable. Like each time somebody knock at my door, I open the door, I see nobody. I have to look down, you know? Yeah. I forgot to tell you, I have a mirror broken in my house. And this mirror make me look so tall. Anyway, from Israel, and the official says, okay, good news, good news. What else? No more update here. Let us go back to the Francais. Let us see the Iranian TV. Still error. Everything is going error in this country. Let us see if it's going to work now. I mean, you're at war and your TV is not working. Did they, guys, anyone have connection to, you know, let me see. Anyone have connection to somebody in Iran to see if the internet is down? Because I will not be surprised if the Iranian regime shut down all the internet so the news will not leak abroad. What do you think? Because this is what all dictators, they do when things go bad. Cannot be played. Error code 232404 Muta line is down. Okay. This is the Ukrainian are hitting the Russian air defense. I mean, look how the Russian air defense is so bad. They are hunting them one by one. Actually, I saw a video, Ukrainian airplane chasing Russian airplane and taking it down. Very, very. And then the Iranian, they buy weapons from Russia to defend themselves. Potato, you are buying junk. Call me, I will get you better defense system. I will call my friends in Korea. Hello? Hey, Korean, can I speak to Mr. Kim? Which one? What do you mean? The whole country, their name is Kim? No way. I don't know his last name. Okay, Kim. Oh, everybody in the country, his name is Kim? Even in North Korea? You must be kidding. Okay. Let me describe him for you. He's Asian. All of Korean are Asian? Mean. How in the world I will find who's Kim, the one my friend there? Okay. Okay, he is driving a car made in Korea. All Korean drive car. Okay, hold on. He eat kimchi. All Korean eat kimchi? I give up. Guys, I need to find out how I can contact my friends in Korea so they can send weapon to Putin. So he might have real weapon, not the junk he have from the Soviet Union time. And I mean, he is so stupid to the point he don't even have a drones. He is buying from third world country Iran weapon to fight Ukraine. This is how stupid this Putin is. We go back to La Française. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
He was informed but confirmed the US was not involved and warned Iran, make the deal, quote, before it's too late, he said. So, Truth Social message after Truth Social message. We're going to get the view on this in a moment because we're also getting European reaction too. And right now, we'll crash live to the Elysee, where President Macron is about to speak.
Attacked Iran, its nuclear program and its missiles. France was not part of these strikes. France learned of the attacks this afternoon and...
Abdul, who need you anyway? We are not part of this attack, okay? La Française have nothing to do with this, say, okay? So, potato, as if anybody need you.
Many French citizens. France, for many years and on multiple occasions, has condemned the Iranian nuclear program and its ballistic missile program.
Liar. This French government, historically, they are the one behind establishing the Iranian regime. Do you know that Al-Khomeini, he been given asylum in France, protection in France, and they allow him to have all kind of communication to establish so-called Islamic revolution and later take over the country. The only one Iran never stopped doing trade with during the most sensitive era against the West is France. So the French publicly, they condemn building a nuclear facility in Iran, but secretly they are #1 supporters against Israel, and they support Iran because they make a lot of benefit, a lot of money from Iran. We have all your laundry. I mean, even your wife, she did beat you. You idiot. Who's the man in the house? Potato. She did beat him in public. On the door of the airplane. Why somebody want to marry a woman in the age of his mama and she is rude and she don't even look good? Money. If there's any rich women here, I'm single. You have to be rich, very old, have no teeth, so you cannot bite me, and have no nails. And you speak so early, and you don't wake up. If you fit with the description, please contact me right now. Potato. Le Français, we condemnerait the Israeli attack, so we are not part of this attack. Okay. Potato.
Nuclear weapon because that is a threat to security for all. Israel is the clear target of Iran. And once again, Israel has the right
Oh, it's switching. Is this
fight off any form
what happened?
of threat to their existence. I said this morning to Benjamin Netanyahu that we will ensure that they can uphold that right. So in light of instability in the region, France is once...
See guys how he switched? He took a U-turn. This guy always condemned Israel when they attack. But now he noted that the Israelis are the victorious. He said to himself, those are losing ground. Let us go with the victorious. They have cake. Whatever the cake is, we will take a break. What happened now? You are supporting and you are saying that the purpose of this nuclear is Israel? To attack Israel? I mean, isn't this the guy, he keeps speaking against Israel non-stop? You see, when you are victorious, however, will become your friend. In high school, I moved to the new school. A woman, she told my mom, in this school there's a gang. Any new student, they beat him up severely. So your son tomorrow, when he go there, they will beat him up. My mom, she told me that this is what they will do to you. Do you want to send somebody with you? You know, I mean, we have a huge family. I said, no. So I went to the school. Now I know what will happen. And exactly as this woman, she said, a bunch of guys gathering together and they are looking at me. So I went directly to them. I said, who of you want to fight me? They were shocked. It's supposed to happen the opposite way. They are the one who will bully me and then beat me up. I went to them, I said, who want to fight? They said, what? And they start looking around to see maybe he have somebody with him. There's no way one guy is coming to us. One of them, he says, me. And actually they describe him for me already, that he is their boss. I hit him in his nose and he started bleeding. He fell down in the ground. And then they gather over me and they were beating me, but I was beating him. Second day I went to school. Suddenly, the first day in the school, everybody become my friend. Hello, how are you doing? My name is Abdul. Glad to meet you. Can we be friends? Okay, sure, sure, sure. This is the language they understand. You beat them, they follow you. It's like a pack of wolves, and there's an alpha male, he is in control. If you don't prove yourself, you will be a follower. They don't respect you because you are smart, kind, nice. They bully you if you are like this. But if you are aggressive, a wolf who can bite them all, they follow you. This is the language many they understand today. They don't understand the language of being nice and friendly. In Israel, they understand that very well. And now this guy is praising Israel. He is the one who condemns Israel all the time because they are the victorious. And victory brings friends. Absolutely. When you lose, everybody will leave you alone. Cry alone.
Based upon two states, one which assures peace and security for all.
Shut up.
This is what France, since the 7th of October...
Yeah, shut up. Two state. Let us see the Iranian TV if it's going to work. Come on, Iranian TV, do something. Oh, it's not working. Let us see Israel news. Iranian air defense activated now? Mean. Are you serious? Abdul, now you activated the air defense? Like, why you did not activate the air defense when they are beating you and destroy everything you have? Now you decide to activate the air defense? Really? Hello? Ayatollah Khomeini? Ya Ali. Ali, brother, Ali. Please activate the air defense. Brother, the Israeli are gone. Yes, this is the time to activate the air defense because they are gone. So now they decide to activate the air defense? That's deep. That is seriously deep. So good, man. What a leadership. Man, they just burn our nuclear facility, our air forces. They destroy our air bases, our ballistic manufacture, our storage, our warehouses. And now we will activate the air defense. No more Israeli in the sky. Brother, I hear the Israeli jet in the top of us. Yes, but that is not true. This is only the sound. Where are they? Do you see them? Brother, yeah, I see them. They are there. Brother, this is the illusion. This is the fake news of the Western and America. This is the illusion. This is the 3D. This is not true. Brother, I see a rocket coming at us. Brother, this is not a rocket. This is a firework. So now they decided to activate. I mean, this is hilarious. Okay. The Israeli, they commanded Israel to order to stay close to shelter. I'm not sure why you want to stay close to shelter if the Iranians themselves are even sheltering. What shelter? If I am Israeli, I will go to the park, have fun, like I don't smoke, I don't drink, But I can do a different fork. I say, any Abdul want to debate me? Yeah. Let us see. There's a news. All right. Yeah. Mean. Zenda Natanz. This is the name of the city where they have their nuclear facility. Let us see more pictures. Mean. An empty missile fell down in Iran. This is where? Is that the one fell down? This is in Syria. Oh boy. The guy was making mixed eggs. And they mixed him. This is the Israeli fighter jets. Those are shish kebab. If you want to send them flowers, by the way, just don't contact me. We can sell you flowers, roses. Yeah. Let us see if there's any more news. Iranian TV. Come on, work, man. Nothing working. This guy is still talking. Potato.
Way detract from events going on in Gaza right now. And Richard, one thing that you noticed talking about next week, where we thought it was seen to be the path that France would recognise Palestine as a state. That meeting seems to have been postponed.
Yeah, true. It was clear after what happened this night that it would have been very difficult for France to decide to recognize the Palestinian state in such a condition of war between Israel and Iran. So the answer came from President Macron.
It's very difficult in this situation. It's very difficult. Just shut up. I mean, don't get married, okay? I mean, your wife, she will leave you to the first potato she see in front of her. I don't know, even if you have a wife. I wonder if you have a wife, how she look like. Mean. Where they get those people from? Israel. Okay, let us see here. Let us see if they have any news in the Shish Kebab Arabia TV station of Saudi Arabia. Do they have any news here? It says the same. Macaroni, potato, shish kebab. Okay, shut up. Arabian TV stations, as usual, useless. Macaroni, we cannot have a nuclear Iran. Yeah. What do you mean? Why you didn't attack them yourself? How you can accomplish that? By talking? You should send the flowers and say thank you, Israel. You are the one who can make this happen. We talk, you do it. All those Western, they keep saying Iran should not have nuclear weapon, but they never do anything to stop it. The only one who do what need to be done is the heroes of Israel. Right? Is this guy still alive? Because they killed all the... Look how the Abdul, they walk inside the man. Hold on. Do you see how they walk? Like zombies. Inside the nuclear. I think the radiation is killing them, maybe. Let us hear what they are saying, if there is something useful.
Richmond level, and Richmond level seems to be now quoted to be around 60% weapons grade at 90%. That was the breakout point. But to Barzou's point, you can rewind back to speeches in 2012 that Benjamin Netanyahu has given, to which he said it could be weeks and months. We have to act now. So are you hearing something different this time, Don?
First of all, when they say it could be, because they don't have a confirmed information, same time they will not tell you what they know. Smart leaders, they don't say what the intelligence told them in public. There is something for... Look how they walk. Look at this guy. They knew it's a TV is looking at them, so they don't know how to walk. And what is this supposedly? This is uranium now? Are you sure? I don't know. It looked like a machine to make kimchi. It looked weird. This is really the uranium? Ah. Now you have a lot of uri, but there is no neum, no more. You have urine. You have urine in your pant. The uri is all over you. Unium is gone. The Israeli were look how the Israeli can transform material, powerful material, into something else. From uranium to uri, which means urine, into unium, which does not exist, is gone. Very powerful, very powerful. All right.
You were talking, Dom. Risha Worley wanted to come in. You've been looking at a statement from the UN Nuclear Agency.
I was just looking at the statement from the International Atomic Agency based in Vienna.
Yeah.
Actually, the latest statement from the chairman or the Secretary General of that agency, he said Iran has repeatedly either not answered or not provided technically credible answers to the agency's question. So it was not an imminent threat, I agree, but recently there was a rising amount of concern of what Iran is doing. So we may not call it imminent threat, but clearly Iran was playing a strange game, and that is precisely why Donald Trump was trying to take back Iran in a negotiation after himself withdrawing from the agreement in 2018, the agreement JCPOA negotiated by the Europeans.
And it's worth saying, though, isn't it, given what Richard's pointed out from the latest statement, this is not something of a moment apropos of nothing, of panic, of sudden, what shall we do? Given the Mossad, which you were telling us before, the ability to get in and get drones in there, this has been a long time in the making.
Yes, this is multi-level and multifaceted. It's become evident over the course of the day that Israel, at least Israel's Mossad, the intelligence agency, has been preparing this for years and years. This is not something that you can put together even in a few months. Just in terms even of the human involved and the precision. In addition, we found out earlier today that the Israeli army has been working on this for at least 8 months, that this was on the books. But I want to return to something that Dom just mentioned. These are two conditions that have changed radically and that may have impacted the timing. In addition to Prime Minister Netanyahu's well-known domestic political weakness, there are two other issues. One is, I don't want to say the destruction, but the major degradation of Hezbollah. One reason that Israel did not attack Iran was the fear that Hezbollah would...
This is an Israeli journalist. She is the top smart idiot in Israel. I mean, isn't it obvious that now the Israeli, they clean the carpet around them, so all the enemies cannot participate, so it's a perfect time? Those are journalists? Who hired you as a journalist? You are a journal, not list. There's no list in your name. What is your name? In the list of journalists. Her name is Noga. You see, the Israeli, they have a very consistent plan to isolate the future and to protect their borders first. In order to attack Iran, they have waterfront. And they depend on, in the case of they being attacked. So Iranian, they have said to themselves, we are going to plant terrorist camps around Israel. Anytime they think about attacking us, they have to worry about someone is so close to their borders. They will not have time even to stop those rockets. It's going to be overwhelming. Their defense system will collapse when we send 10,000 rockets in the same time. How they can shoot it down? Israel, because they are smart, demolished all the neighboring terrorists, and now no one can stand with Iran if they attack. So it is the perfect time to accomplish the mission. Syria is not controlled by the Assad regime, which is controlled by Iran no more. In Lebanon, Hezbollah became shish kebab. They don't even dare, until now, Hezbollah did not dare to shoot one bullet at Israel. Imagine. This is not the same Hezbollah was exist 6 months ago. It's so different. Hezbollah have no tires. We cannot say even they have a flat tires. The tires are gone. Israel is hitting Hezbollah every day in Lebanon, almost every day, if you watch the news. Hezbollah don't dare to do anything except complaining. So it's a very successful, long operation, should be done long time ago. The only anger I have against Netanyahu, that he did extend this suffering for the Israeli. He should have done this long time ago. Use your special forces. When I say special forces, I'm not talking about the special commandos. No, the forces of Israel are special. They are unique in ability, in technology, in power, in training, in skills. Use it. Don't wait for the enemy to attack you. The best defense is to attack the enemy before they attack you. You don't wait for them until they come to your home. You know they are preparing for you to come. Are you going to attack them when they are ready? Or you take them in surprise before they launch attack against you? And this is what happened today. The Iranian, they thought their game can continue negotiating with Trump, and they are convinced that Trump and Netanyahu, they are not become friends no more, and Trump against attacking Iran. So they said to himself, okay, they will not attack us. Here we go, Trump. We will keep negotiating until Trump, he became weak next election. Because usually you go in the election, you win the election, you have the House, you have the senators, you control both. But the second election, which is 2 years after the first election, Trump will lose the majority. So then Trump will become weaker. He cannot launch war. Even if he decides to launch war, he cannot do it. Because announcing war, president need the agreement of the Congress. If the Congress is not the majority in his hand, they will not go for it. So they were hoping to extend the negotiation to unlimited time until Trump became weaker as a president, which is expected to happen less than 2 years from now. The same exactly what they did with Trump in the first term. He kept negotiating with them, and the negotiation go nowhere. But this time, the Israelis were able to force Trump to give them a period of time. How long do you think you can negotiate? So he promised 60 days. Yesterday was day number 61. The 60 days is over. Israel is free to hit. And they hit. And they spanked the ass of every terrorist of Tehran.
The little provocation in Estonia or somewhere else in the Baltic states, for example, China is probably looking at this this idea that why wait 10 years when you've got everything ready to go? It might be better to go sooner if you want to have a go at Taiwan, for example, when the opposition is slightly distracted and hasn't got themselves ready. So this window of opportunity, it concerns me. I think Taiwan could be under threat in the next few years. But I thought it was very interesting. You mentioned Russia there and Putin calling Netanyahu. The statement earlier on today by the Russian Foreign Ministry calling Israel's action an unprovoked or an unnecessary provocation.
Unprovoked
aggression. So that unprovoked aggression.
Look who is talking about unprovoked. The one who attacked Georgia, the one who attacked Ukraine, the one who occupies Syria, the one. What Syria have to do with you? Who provoked you to go to Syria? Who is the one who provoked you to send your army to Africa? Who is the one who provoked Russia to send their army to Mali? Provoke? Unprovoke? Hypocrite, coward. He's not the one who's saying that. This is the Russian foreign minister. It is time for everybody to know. You know, a long time ago, I used to think of Russian, like Putin specifically, that he is a man who, you know, he stands with his word or friendship. So if you are his friend, he will defend you. And look what happened now. He betrayed the Assad. He delivered him to the terrorist. He have a secret agreement with the terrorist that, okay, take the Assad. I will let you take the Assad, but you will not kick me out of my bases in Syria. But obviously this is a deal. The Russian bases in Syria is there, and there is no plan to take them out. This is the deal he did with Turkey. The same he did, betray all his friends including the Armenians. He made the Armenians sign a defense agreement that if somebody attack you, Russia will stand and defend you. When Azerbaijan and Turkey attack Putin, he went to sleep. He even commanded the Armenians they cannot use the S-300 missiles, which is useless anyway, in this war. This is our missiles, we give it to you. You cannot use it. So he gave victory against the poor Armenian, and the Armenians were slaughtered because of Putin sold them out to the Turkish and the Azerbaijan. And now Russia, they consider Iran as a huge amount of money resource. Remember, just 2 weeks ago, I think, or a week ago, Putin, he went to Iran and he offered them to build, I think, other 15 nuclear facility, which will generate a lot of money to Russia. They don't care how the Iranian they will use them. All what they care is to make money. In the same time, they control the market of Iran, and they have benefit. Iranian, they provide them with a lot of this called Shahed. Shahed means murder. The murder, suicide drones, which Russia used against Ukraine. So, friends with Russia is like, you know, it's not a wife and husband. It is a friends with benefit. It is sex for the pleasure, but there's no friendship. As long as there's a pleasure, they go for it. I will not be surprised if Putin switched side against Iran if he noticed that the Iranian regime is collapsing, the same they did with Syria. This is what happens when you are victorious. Even your enemy will become your friends. Let us see if there is any new news coming from Israel.
Exhaustion among people. The Israeli analysts that I've spoken to today have actually not made the connection that Borzo just made, Gaza and Iran, though I do think he's right. For Israelis, Gaza remains this open wound, this unexpected attack. The massacre of October 7th remains very, very vivid. And I think it will, as long as hostages are still being held, that wound is open. Whereas Iran is almost a situation of the boy who cried wolf for Netanyahu. For decades, he's been saying that Iran poses an existential threat.
He was saying, isn't the Iranian, they were saying we want to kill the Jews? He is saying that. I mean, those liberals are sick, man. I cannot even listen to them. He was saying. No, he was not saying. This is what your enemy was saying. We want to kill you all. So, obviously now, there's nothing but talk. And we will see in the future, maybe in a few hours from now, how things would develop. And I hope the Israeli, they will accomplish the mission perfectly. And I hope they will not stop. I pray, actually, that the Iranian regime will collapse. I hope the Israeli, they have second plan, like let's say stages, you know. Stage number 1, to weaken all the command, weaken all the weapon, hit and destroy all their ability to stabilize or to rebuild fast. Second step is how we can make the population go against the regime, because already they are against the regime. The Israeli, they knew that. How we can move them to the street. So I hope they have a plan and they have connection with people in the ground, inside Iran, Iranian, who hate the regime, and the Israeli Air Force and even command in the ground can help them to take over the country. That will be the perfect success, because the dangerous Iran will not exist no more. Israel and Iranian, they will be friends. Those Iranian, as I know, majority of them, they hate Islam. They have nothing to do with Islam. They hate even to use the language of the Arab. Imagine you are a Persian. The Persian, they are proud about their history. And then a bunch of savage Arab, they come and occupy them. And they force them to use their words and even their letters. And they force them to speak and to pray in their language. So the Persian, they became subdued to the Arab by using the religion. All the names of those Iranian are Arabic names. They cannot even start a sentence without saying Arabic words. So from Persia, which was the most powerful kings, everybody around them feared them. Even the Roman, they have history with them. To Persia, which is subdued by a bunch of Bedouin. So the Persian, they are sick of making Islam a way to be subdued by the Arab. They are desperate to get rid of it, to live their life as they wish. Nobody tell them how to dress and what to say and how to pray or not to pray. They are desperate for freedom. So Israel should finish the job by completing the process and cooperating with the local Iranian, who they are against this filthy regime, and establish a revolution so they can take over the country, exactly the same as they did in many places. I hope that this is what will happen next. We will see what will happen. I'm going to stop for now. I might come back in a few hours if there is something good happened, so we can share together the time. Tell me if you like the way I comment about things. Guys, if you like my comment, give me one, please. If you like the way I comment about the news, give me one. And then the one that don't like my comment, give me one too. So if you like my comment, give me one. If you don't like my comment, give me one. Okay. Great, great. Look like everybody like my comment. I see. Man, peace be upon me. This is how the Arab, they make collection of information. Like if you are against the president, give us one. If you like him, give us one. The total number of people who gave one is 100%. All of them, they like the president. Unbelievable. My name is Saddam Hussein and I approve this message. Perfect, perfect Islamic democracy. Everybody agree. When they asked Ahmadinejad about the gays, he said, we don't have gays in Iran. Really? Yes, we don't have gays. Ah, you don't? What about the atheists? Oh, we don't have atheists in Iran. Really? Yes, everybody is Muslim. Ah, what about the opposition? We don't have opposition in Iran. Everybody said one. So anyway, I want to say thank you for being here. I will be back maybe in a few hours if we have any serious update. And until then, I say pray for the victory of Israel. And remember that we are the Christians. We are not wrestling against flesh and blood, but against ruler, against authorities, against cosmic power. What cosmic power? What authority? What those rulers? Who are they? Those are the evil who they are trying to fight against the truth. And the truth will set you free. And our Lord is the truth. He is the Alpha, He is the Omega, He is the beginning, He is the end. Everything created by Him and for Him. He is the one who will bring victory. In His name we are victorious. In His name we are the crusade. God is good. So is Jesus. And see you soon again. Take care.